CHAMP is a service dog provider organization. We're based in St. Louis and we serve the greater St. Louis area. Our organization has been around since 1998, so I believe that makes us 16 years old this year. CHAMP is partnered with the Missouri Department of Corrections. We have a prison training program at the Women's Prison in Vandalia, Missouri. We've got a great group of trainers up there who help us train our service dogs and our facility dogs. We've been at the prison in Vandalia since 2002, and of the 55 total service dogs CHAMP has placed, 38 of them have been trained through the prison program by the offenders. We also do provide facility dogs. We've placed 55 dogs to date. Most of those dogs are service dogs who work with their partners who have physical disabilities. They help their partners live more independently, doing things like retrieving items their partner may drop, opening, closing doors, turning lights off and on, getting an emergency 911 phone, things like that. We also place facility dogs. Those are dogs that work with an individual in a setting. It could be a medical setting. It could be, we have one facility dog working in a hospice in southern Illinois. And we will soon be placing a facility dog here at the St. Charles County Courthouse. The facility dogs are not considered service dogs because they don't work directly with a person who has a disability. They can be used, though, to help people feel more comfortable in the different settings where they're used, like the courthouse. And our service dogs, as well as our facility dogs, are all placed free of charge. A courthouse dog is going to be a dog that is a very well-balanced, very solid temperament dog. They'll typically be about 2 years old before they're ready for placement. We train a lot of different kinds of service dogs. I think one thing that's unique about the courthouse dogs is that they have to be pretty much unflappable in almost all situations. They have to be quiet, they have to be calm, they have to work well within a group of individuals who all might want to meet them, as well as have the skill set where they can concentrate on a particular person who also needs their assistance. They also have to be solid, so they're not going to interrupt whatever's going on between the person and the criminal justice professionals. So the dogs have to be very professional themselves. The right dog is going to be a dog that is very, very calm, very accepting, relaxed, a dog that can just kind of chill out, settle down, be a steady, calm influence on the traumatized person that they're working with.
In 2013, under the direction of prosecuting attorney Tim Lomar, the St. Charles County Prosecuting Attorney's Office initiated the Courthouse Dog Project. We were very fortunate to find a community partner in CHAMP. CHAMP and its dedicated group of staff and volunteers are truly what has given this program wings. In St. Charles County, we use the courthouse dog to support children who have been victims of sexual or physical abuse, and we support them by bringing in the dog into the courthouse whenever the child needs to visit the courthouse, whether that be for a deposition or for trial testimony. The courtroom can be a highly stressful environment for children because the criminal justice system simply was never designed for the comfort of children. It was a true ray of light when the Courthouse Dog Program came to St. Charles County. For the first time, we had something to offer these children that would help them to become more relaxed and to dissipate the stress and anxiety that comes along with being in a courthouse, knowing that you're going to be asked to testify against your abuser. The first time in St. Charles County that we used the Courthouse Dog Program was in a particularly difficult sexual abuse trial involving a 9-year-old girl. And when I first met this little girl almost 2 years before the jury trial, whenever the topic of the abuse would come up, she would put her head down, tears would well up in her eyes, and she'd tell us she simply couldn't talk about it. 2 years later, as trial was approaching, we introduced her to a courthouse dog named Jersey, and she and Jersey struck up an immediate friendship. And when we called her back to let her know that the trial was coming and we needed her to come down to the courthouse, her first question wasn't, do I have to come or do I have to talk? It was, is Jersey going to be there? And it just seemed to make all the difference. On the day of the jury trial, she sat in our victim waiting room for about 2 hours, and that whole time Jersey was right by her side. There were times she was laying on Jersey. There were times she was hugging Jersey and crying into Jersey. And there were times that she just sat there with all of her anxious energy and just pet Jersey over and over and over again. I have no doubt that it was that experience and the comfort that Jersey brought to this process that allowed that 9-year-old girl to take that witness stand. In this particular case, when she took the witness stand, she did not bring Jersey with her. Instead, we gave her a very small stuffed animal replica of Jersey. And the entire time that she was in that courtroom, on that witness stand, with the prosecutor and the defense attorney questioning her, she had that little black stuffed Jersey in her hand the entire time. When she got off that witness stand, the first thing she wanted to do was go back and be with Jersey. The prosecuting attorney's office is so grateful to CHAMP and their partnership in this very special project. Without CHAMP and their dedicated group of staff and volunteers, none of this would be possible. As a prosecutor, it is such a nice change to call a victim or their family, and when we ask them to come to court, instead of saying, do I have to come, do I have to testify, now the first question is, will Jersey be there?